Yes, people, we're recording, and I've just filled up in Tesco in preparation for this video, and I might need to be contacting the bank for a mortgage on that petrol fill up, because god damn, petrol is expensive at the minute. But we won't get into that on this video, although it sort of ties in. Let's sort of change gear for a start. So yeah, basically, as you can read, if you can read, if not, that's not my issue. But today I'm going to be going over how I feel about owning this car for nearly 2 years, or 18,000 miles, which is a fair few miles. It's probably the most miles I've done in a car, because even though I had my first car for longer, it wasn't like a driving car. It was just, well, it was a driving car, but not a driver's car, if that makes any sense. Like this is where you'd actually want to go out and drive it, not just when you have to drive it, you drive it. But I'm rambling, let's get into it. How do I feel after 18,000 miles about this car? Do I still enjoy it? The answer is obviously yes, because I still own it. However, the initial thrill of owning this car, when I first got it, obviously it was a massive upgrade from my 1.2 to obviously almost triple the displacement and a turbo. So it was like, oh my god, every 10 minutes I was getting in the car, filling it up, going for a drive, just for the sake of driving and just like loving it. I was a little bit scared when I first got it. I didn't even put it into Sport Plus, like even on a dry day, because I thought, oh my god, the traction's off. Like obviously I didn't know that the traction was half off. So it took me like 2 months to even take it out of sports mode. Once I finally did, obviously I was like blown away by the extra pull and the more twitchiness of the back end. I nearly binned it one time as well, round a roundabout. It was very wet and I had it in Sport Plus. It hadn't been raining for a while, and so I went round the corner as if it was dry still, thinking like, oh, it's gonna be fine. And I did a quick 180 on the roundabout. But yeah, this car definitely keeps you on your toes. It's a great all-rounder, like it's especially the 5-door. You've got a big boot, 5-door practicality, and rear-wheel drive isn't the most practical. However, it's definitely the most fun, and I'll argue with anyone about that, unless you're in like a rally car with 4-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is definitely the most fun, which is why, mainly one of the reasons why I still drive this car and enjoy it. I think the only thing that would make it more enjoyable would probably be a third pedal and a manual gearbox. However, you can't go wrong with the paddle shifters and the ZF8 in this. Like the gear changes aren't instant when you're doing a manual change. Like if I press it now, downshift, it's obviously way quicker than a manual, but it's not like instantly. It's like half a second, if that. Like it is noticeable, but you mainly see it when you double downshift, like you saw there. It had to go into fifth, then it went into fourth. It doesn't just like bang bang like a dual clutch probably would. However, that being said, it's very smooth. I took it for a drive all the way up to Yorkshire, about a 120-mile trip. I just left it in comfort. I had a podcast on playing. Why has this come back on? I had a podcast playing, and it was just really chill. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to worry about changing gears. It was literally just one hand on the wheel, move the armrest forward, heated seat on, aircon on if I wanted it. You know, it was bliss. And I definitely couldn't have said that about my last car. So it's definitely a good daily. The only thing that hinders this as a daily is how thirsty it is. That being said, if you're driving it sensibly, which you probably won't be unless you're I don't know, unless you are sensible, but that's not me. But when I did drive it sensibly, I was getting like 45 miles to the gallon, and I before I set off, my trip analyzer, you know, how much fuel it thinks you've got, or should I say it again, how many miles it thinks you've got based on your driving previously. It went from 260 miles, and then I got to my destination and it was on 312 or 320, something like that. So I'd actually, because I improved my driving efficiency so much on that trip, where it was literally just hovering at 1500 RPM the entire time, like it gained miles compared. Obviously it didn't, it still used fuel, but you know what I'm saying, it can do both. If you want to have a hoon, you're more than welcome to take traction all the way off, stick it into manual, paddle shift your way out of every fucking corner, excuse my language, out of every spin it sideways, do whatever. But you can also just take a chill and then just enjoy it for what it is, just a good daily all-around car. In terms of looks wise, I do really like how it looks from certain angles. There are some angles where I don't know if it's just how my perspective of the car is, because I'm a bit taller than the average person. It can look a little bit, what's the word, I'm trying to think of a good word for it, like not as pleasing. Like it definitely looks better when you're looking at it from below, or like at eye level. Obviously the car's been lowered as well, so it definitely sits better. All around, I do really like the car. I think, to be honest, the main thing it's stopping me from driving this every day is, one, the weather's beautiful, so I want to be out enjoying it and not just cooped up in here. And two, the price of fuel is just ridiculous. Like this car, when I first got it, it used to cost me 50 quid would fill it, like from empty to brimming. It would absolutely fill it. And now I just filled up with, I still had, it wasn't even on fuel reserve, it was like probably had like a quarter of a tank and a fifth of a tank, and it just cost me 76 quid to fill it up. Like, it's just ridiculous. But there's nothing I can do about that personally, so other than get my money up, which we're working on. So yeah, in a word, yeah, I still enjoy this car. I do have plans for it, it's just all about the money at the minute. It probably, the plans I wanted to do this year will probably be put on hold, and I have to do them next year just because of money wise and being sensible and not skinting myself. But things will happen. I'm thinking some new wheels, a diff. What else was I gonna do? Perhaps a front end change. If you know me, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. I'm not gonna say it now because I'd rather just wait and show you when it's done. And then perhaps on top of that as well, a wrap. I'm not sure what colour, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of aiming or looking towards like a darker colour, because as much as white cars look nice, especially white BMWs, like this is obviously the reason I bought it is because it looked nice and it went like snot. But I'm kind of feeling a bit of a change. Like, I think black, maybe a matte black wrap, something like that, and then some silver wheels, and then everything that is currently on the car keep the same. But yeah, I'm definitely still enjoying my time in this car. I am grateful for it, because it has helped me a lot when I've been bored. And you know, I can't really say that about every car. Not every car you want to get in and drive, but obviously this car you definitely do. I can't really think of many downsides personally of this car that you can slate. It's only the things on the outside, like the price of fuel at the minute and insurance and stuff like that, is so expensive that that's not really this car's fault. It's just the world we live in. But I definitely do still enjoy the car. I know I'm rambling on a bit, but it's it definitely has helped keep a smile on my face, and I do tend to get bored pretty quick, like, and then we both go, you know what I mean? Like, why flash me? Silly. It's pretty wet, so I'm not going to be sending it, plus we're stuck behind a van, a Sprinter or whatever. But yeah, in a word, I still enjoy the car. I'm still grateful for it. It's a great car, and if you're looking to get a performance car, I would definitely think about one of these. If you're not a driver, maybe not. If you just want a quick car and you're not asked about like learning how to drive a rear-wheel drive car, or if you're a bit scared of them, I'd probably recommend something like an Audi or a Golf R, something like that, because obviously they're either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, so it's a bit more for the inexperienced or people who don't want a rear-wheel drive car. I know I'm talking complete and utter. So for now, I'm sorry, my head's a bit of a mess today. But yeah, that's gonna wrap this one up. Let me know what you want to see from the channel. Let me know if you enjoy these types of POV drives, what you want to see next. Obviously, I can bang one of these out all the time. They're quick and easy to make, and if you enjoy them, that's all that matters. So if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment what you liked about it, comment what you don't like about it, subscribe, because every subscriber helps, and I'm gonna catch you very soon when I think of something else I can ramble about for 8 to 12 minutes. So have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.